Watch the bitter ladies on The View come to terms with Trump's triumph over North Korea by Erin Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. Today, North and South Korea made the historic announcement that their decades-long war is over. Of course, the ladies on The View had to discuss this after much coaxing, finally admitted that President Trump did indeed play a role, but of course still wouldn't give him any credit. Yeah, right. And the fact of the matter is, wasn't he, they were the ones that were saying that Trump was going to put us into World War III?
The day to be remembered, because right now North Korea and South Korea are declaring their war is finally over. Okay.
I'm sure that pleases the globalists.
Look at the pictures are kind of great. You know, my uncle Dickie. I had an Uncle Dickie. He fought in the Korean War. Yeah. Really? And it was like, why are they doing that again? The family never understood that war, you know? Yeah. But the leaders, Kim Jong-un, you know, remember him? And Moon Jae-in from China both agreed to a common goal of denuclearization. Naturally, Trump is already taking credit. He's already saying he did it.
So who did it, Joy? Who did it? What a crock!
I mean, I called him Rocket Man. That was provocative. Yeah. Is that what he's claiming is his Nobel Prize?
Moon Jae-in, who you just mentioned, the South Korean president, he is thanking Trump for supporting the inter-Korean dialogue, as he said. But you got to look, not long ago, I mean, Kim Jong-un was threatening us with intercontinental ballistic missiles and testing hydrogen bombs. And then they get caught up in this war of words. Trump enlists these historic sanctions in February. Ivanka Trump meets with Moon.
Well, the sanctions were from 2006.
No, but they listed new sanctions this February, the toughest sanctions that they say on record when it comes to North Korea. And all of a sudden...
And who did that? Trump did that.
We're on the cusp
and China got on board.
Unprecedented talks.
This has little to do with Trump, in my opinion, because let's face it.
It has little to do with Trump, in her opinion? Are you kidding me? You know, this is why nobody can watch television anymore. And that's why I've turned off my set.
Is responsible for 90% of North Korea's trade, and China never got on board before. This time, China got on board with the UN sanctions. These weren't U.S. sanctions; they were.
Oh, they were UN. Oh, so you're for the UN? Okay, that makes a lot of sense, right? The UN. You better be careful, Missy, what you wish for.
UN sanctions, and I think when China gets on board and you're a 90% trade partner, what do? You have to come to the table. So I think the kudos goes to China.
Well, I actually think a little bit of both.
And China wasn't around all this time before Trump? Decades? China wasn't around? The UN wasn't around? They were all around. So why didn't this happen with China and the UN decades ago? Why didn't that take place decades ago? Since China was around and the UN was around. It happened after Trump got in office.
A little bit of subtract the effect that the U.S. had on this.
Calling him Rocket Man, and
I'm not saying I agree with the tactics or I support them or even saw the strategy. I'm just saying with this amount of major players, I don't think you can take Trump out of the equation. I think China had a big part of it because.
Oh, again, she kowtows to the idiot that China had a big part of it. We're not saying China. Yes, but it was Trump's intervention that this took place.
They've always been on board and voted in favor of sanctions. They've never enforced them until now.
But you call it a strategy, but it could...
No, I said there might be a strategy. I just don't know if...
Yeah, but I don't think
is there a strategy when it comes to this?
But don't you think they were actually...
It's all
no,
just
there's no
throw something at the wall, see what sticks.
I think they were playing one another's games when Kim Jong-un was calling him a dotard and President Trump was calling him, dotard. Remember that word?
It could have gone the other way.
They were playing one another's game.
That he was taking a gamble with our lives by calling him...
And we were all freaking out
and provoking him like that and poking the bear like that.
There could be strategy right now on...
Yeah, they were all freaking out that Trump was going to get us into World War III with North Korea. And now they don't want to give Trump credit for it. Trump had everything to do with it, and any idiot that would listen to these women are out of their minds. And even Jason Biggs, it seems like he's staying out of the conversation. You know, because I happen to like Jason Biggs. Let's see what he has to say. I didn't catch what he had to say.
North Korea's part too, though, because to take South Korea away, the U.S. always used that. So to make them friendly again also takes away a strategic element for us. It's a big chess game.
It almost seemed a little too easy for North Korea this time. You know, like just years and years. I mean, I don't want to diminish how important and profound this all is, but I don't know. I'll believe it. You know, let's see how time. I mean, look, my wife and I, we do handshake agreements all the time.
Oh, that's so nice.
And the next
We go to bed, and then
Jason, you have to fall for these cackling hands. I feel bad.
the next morning,
exactly.
all bets are up.
Yeah.
Sanctions or not.
Oh my God, sanctions are lifted.
Does she call you Kim Jong-un sometime?
Well, what's he gonna do? You know what the thing is? You know, you're on a liberal leftist show with a bunch of cackling hens. I don't think Jason Biggs actually wants to start a feud right on live television, but look, it's just disgraceful that the way they treat our president. I mean, it is totally disgraceful, and I hope all these shows fail. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and again, thank you so much for watching.